So, hey, good morning, everybody. Live stream, 8 o'clock each morning, each working day, about Cloud ERP. Welcome again. Greetings to you all. And yeah, we have an exciting topic today. And I brought something. You know me, I bring sometimes things, yeah. I brought a book today. Business Process Management. Yeah, wow, such a book. Yeah, it is from Matthias Weske from Hasso-Plattner Institute, and it's called Business Process Management Concepts, Languages and Architectures, second edition. So that is interesting to see. Look, here's some charts about how to model processes and what to do with them and what you can achieve in a company with it. Yeah. So, yeah. Interesting thing. I happen to be a teacher, a Dozent, as we say in Germany, in the HTW, Hochschule für Technik und Wirtschaft in Berlin, in one semester. I was asked to take this course and to teach this course about modeling of information systems. So that was also in that area. That was fun. We did a whole semester of how we could model information systems. Yeah. And yeah, also I would like to bring another book today, which I couldn't bring, but I just gave it to one colleague today, not today, this week, I think on Monday. Yeah. So let me show it to you. Oh, there we go. It is Business Process Management, the SAP RoadMap. Yeah, it's from 2008 even, and yeah, I like that. Also, it was from Jim Hagemann Snabe, yeah, and Rosenberg and Möller and Scavillo. So Jim Hagemann Snabe, he was at that time co-CEO of SAP. And he wrote that book about business process management, the SAP RoadMap. He gave me one copy, and that is the copy I gave to my colleague. So take care of it. It's also an interesting book, and what we will be discussing today is a chart that comes from this book, actually. Yeah? So maybe we can think this book is outdated, yeah, because now time has gone forward, but on the other hand, it's not outdated because in the meanwhile, you know about SAP joined Signavio joined SAP as a company, and so actually, even if the book is older, yeah, many of these things are now put into practice, which is exciting. Okay, now, after I've shown you that, so today's topic, navigating the roadmap, Cloud ERP roadmap, obviously focus on process maturity. As you know, we do this as an interactive experience, these live streams, so join us at menti.com, use this code 568799924, and then we can do polls and have some joint experience together, and also you can ask questions if you have some. Okay, so what was from yesterday? Yesterday was the poll about current landscape maturity. Yeah, landscape in the sense of an IT landscape. So this is not exactly the same as a process maturity, yeah, but it has to do something with each other. So yesterday we asked current landscape maturity in most companies you know about. Yeah. And then the option 1 was standalone in-house. This was 0 answers. Distributed IT systems, it was 4 answers. Centralized IT system 1 and intelligent application platform. So most answered level 2 of landscape maturity is what we find currently in most of the companies we know about. Yeah. So, and then I asked the desired landscape maturity in most companies you know about. The answer was a little bit distributed about centralized IT system, yeah, and intelligent application and platform, which we said level 4 we can only achieve utilizing S/4HANA Cloud, and level 3 we can achieve with S/4HANA Cloud and or SAP Business by Design also. Yeah. So that was the answers from yesterday, our poll, and so therefore join us today also, so we can do another poll. Okay, let's go on. So here again we have this, if you ask yourself, yeah, what does it mean, landscape maturity, definition and assumptions, you may want to watch yesterday's live stream where I explain all of these in detail, what is the difference. I don't want to repeat that today, but we want in the future live streams also refer to it. And if you want to have this in a condensed and systematic presentation of 90 minutes, yeah, then you can join our program, SAP Business by Design versus S/4HANA Cloud, compare the facts, because there I explain everything in detail and systematically in a condensed form. Yeah. So this is an option to you. So now about business process management. This is the chart from the book that I promised. Excuse me for a second. Yeah. So this is the chart from the book which I showed you from Jim Hageman's Nabe. Actually, it is a chart from Gartner, also from 2008. Yeah, and yeah, it is about process management and especially a certain aspect of business process management, which is process maturity. And it shows in a chart. Okay, how about you? Think about you. Think about all the companies you know. Think about your own company. Think about those companies you have done consulting to. To be honest, how far is each of these companies on the curve of process maturity? Yeah? Is this even a topic? Is anybody in the companies talking about business process management? Yeah? So honestly, I would say if I look at the majority of companies and organizations, especially in the mid-market, maybe there's not so much business process management at all. Yeah, some have a little bit. Some have some process models, for example, they may be using or maybe not using, who are good or not so good. And some have more doing process management because they think, okay, we need that to optimize, to first of all to organize, to overcome chaos, yeah, and then to optimize even, yeah, our processes, because then if we optimize our processes, we can have savings, yeah, cost reduction, yeah. And even when we adopt new technologies, we can come to this same question again. Yeah. So now we have AI and so on, and we are thinking, yeah, cool. But what are we doing? How are we incorporating this into our companies? What processes will change? Yeah, because they do not change overnight. So yeah, this is very interesting. So for some companies we worked, they had more business process management than others. Yeah? For example, if I remember the Bundesdruckerei. I don't know how it's in English. Federal Printing Service, I should say, Federal Printing Service. So the Bundesdruckerei, they do they print the money, actually, the euro, and the passports. Here I have my passport. So they print the passports, and we worked for them because they were implementing S/4HANA, and they have done process management. They have a systematic process management on several levels, because they need to make sure that in that organization everything runs in an orderly way, and even maybe optimized, but orderly way, actually. Because you want to have all these valuable assets that are printed to be secure and safe, obviously. So that was an organization which is doing business process management, and also one of our customers we are serving now for 6 years. Pharma customer, big pharma customer, and they're also implementing S/4HANA, and they are, I believe, in business process management they are very advanced, quite very advanced, on the curve, in business process management. And others, smaller companies like mid-market or even smaller companies, they have started to sometimes model some of the processes, but not really. It is, if you ask them, then show me your models, how you work day to day. No, this is a different story. So it is there's sometimes a difference between something that is modeled and something that is lived in the reality. But anyways, when we do an ERP transformation, always when there are business process models or something like this is a very valuable asset, because we can use it. And even in some companies, as I explained earlier, we were asked and are asked to create those process models as a prerequisite for doing the next steps in the transformation, which absolutely can make sense. But we'll discuss this in more detail. But now let us be looking at these phases or maturity phases of process management. So what do we have? We have, number one, acknowledge operational inefficiencies. So maybe level 0 is you don't even acknowledge you have operational inefficiencies in your company. Okay, sometimes if you are a startup, if you are growing fast, then you don't consider maybe too much about operational inefficiencies. You want to sell, you want to grow, and then sometimes you think, okay, it could be a little bit more organized. And then you are in level 1. So you start to even measure and monitor business activities. For example, how many leads does a salesperson process per qualify or disqualify per week or something like this. This is beginning of business activities monitoring. Even that requires some organization, obviously, because then you at least have to have an Excel or something, or some tool or anything, to track the leads and to count the leads and who was responsible and so on and so on. Just as an example. So that would be level 1. Level 2 would be process aware. You start to model and analyze business processes. You start to think about, okay, now if anybody signs a contract, what do we do with this contract? Where do we store this contract? Where do we maintain a list of contracts, the validity period of these contracts? Where does it start? When does it end? What do we do when 3 months ahead of the termination period or something like this? So, and then you start to think and you start maybe to model and analyze this business processes so that you can organize the way you are working. This is level 2, process awareness. And then you start to consider, okay, no, this cannot all be done by the CEO, for example, yeah, or managing director. We need some people in the company who take over responsibility. So they will be responsible for this process. Yeah? We need some process owners actually, yeah, who take care of the process, who know the process in the company, and they are responsible for identifying and analyzing and modeling of these processes. So this is even, we may think, yeah, this is a very advanced state, but on that curve, it's even only in level 2. Yeah. Yeah, so, and then we have level 3, intra-process automation and control. You think, okay, maybe I can start to optimizing these processes. Yeah? I could, for example, automate some approvals, yeah, if they are below a certain, supply invoices. Yeah, if they are below a certain amount, like below, I don't know, 1,000 euro, yeah, they can be automatically approved. It needs to be not done everything manually. Yeah, or you could even think of, okay, maybe reading PDF documents of supplier invoices, you can using machine learning, automating this. Yeah, then you have level 3 of this process maturity. And honestly, how many companies are doing this? Yeah. And this is interesting because it is written here, generally where we are today. Yeah, level 1, level 2, and level 3. Yeah. And this was 2008. Maybe it has progressed in the meanwhile. Yeah. But maybe even today we can say, okay, most companies are here. I don't know. Yeah? It's about your opinion, your experience, your observations. Yeah? And then also in level 3, you start to consider comparing alternatives driven by various optimization techniques in real time. So what does this mean? This means we also have an example for this in simulating these processes. Yeah, we can even simulate these processes and calculate in advance the different cost structure of these processes. Yeah? If you have the right tool, if you have a right model, then you can enter cost to it and time consumptions and resources, and you can simulate them and you can find out, okay. Yeah? And real time also means using actual data from real processes. Yeah? So this is even very challenging. So this is this big topic of process mining even, yeah, to extract data from real-time databases, SAP systems or whatever, and to look where are the inefficiencies, yeah, where are the bottlenecks, and how could we improve that? So that is level 3 of 6 actually. Yeah, and even there's a lot of hype today about process mining, and I like that very much. So that would be level 3. So now what is about level 4? It is intercompany automation and control. It is craft processes automation and control across the enterprise customers and training partners. So yeah, if you are, for example, a supplier for the car industry, yeah, obviously the car manufacturer would not send his orders to you by paper or by email or by PDF, yeah, because things would not work as efficient as necessary. So because it's, for example, just in time delivery, you are getting these in an automated way, like EDI order, which is an automated electronic form, of an order which is sent from the system of the car manufacturer to the system of the car manufacturer supplier. And then it is automatically posted in the system of the car manufacturer supplier. And then the process can go on without losing time. So that is an inter-process automation and control. It is for many small and mid-market companies, this is even hard to imagine that this could work, because there is so much done personally, and deals are done personally and with maybe written contract and so on. But here there is an intercompany level inter-process automation and control between business partners, trading partners even. So that is from level 4. And here even I can start to make a little bit critique on that model, because so now I see there's a lot of automation, optimization, automation. And I think, automation and optimization can make sense. It makes sense if you have repetitive tasks which are there in a big amount and which are uniform. So that then automation makes sense, because you want to relieve yourself. But not everything can be automated, obviously. So there's, for example, purchasing. Purchasing, you want to sourcing. You want to negotiate contracts, for example. And negotiating contracts cannot be automated. What do you want to automate? You have business partners, they negotiate with each other. So I hope we are not yet in the area in which we put some artificial intelligences in in the purchasing departments arguing with each other. So no, this is what I want to say. Maybe this is a weakness of the model. It focuses maybe too much on automation. So there can be today a purchasing portal in which the process is still optimized without even too much automating it. Like every request for quote is in one place, and the supply invoices are in one place, and also the negotiation takes place in that portal. This is also an optimization without, I would say, automation. So automation is very good, but not always the thing. So, and then put up an enterprise valuation control. And this is interesting, because we talked about this yesterday and also the days before about value management. So if you think of value management, we think of level 5 of this process, or BPM, business process management maturity. Creating a business performance framework that links business valuation to process execution. Well, actually, yesterday we discussed about value management approach, which we can offer from SAP also, which gives a holistic indication recommendations for improvement on a business capability level, and have a top-down approach based on KPIs. So this is a value framework. And so that would be level 5 if I must say, if we can link the value management approach to the business process management approach. So is there a link between the two, or are they standing loosely one and the other one, and they are there beside each other? So is there some possibility to create a connection between the value that a process creates and the process itself? Because the process performance indicator is not always the value that it creates. We made this example from playing football or soccer. So even if the team is super fit and has the best tricks, and which would be performance indicators. It doesn't mean they hit the goal, yeah, which would be so being fit and have the best techniques would be process performance indicators, while hitting the goal would be key performance indicators. So in the end, you want to win, yeah? No matter how fit you are. So, but if we manage to create a connection between the two and say, okay, fitness and techniques in football or in soccer, they contribute to to hitting the goal, yeah? In a certain way. And this is why the best teams are so much training, yeah? So they're also improving their training techniques, their physical fitness, their tricks, their Spielzüge, as we say in German, yeah, their how they play together, and also their mindset, their mental training, and so on. Yeah, and if we can connect those together, winning the game by hitting goals, and how we do that on a sustainable level, then we are on level 4 of level 5, excuse me, of business process management maturity, which is actually, as you heard from the words, the Champions League already. Yeah. Yeah. And then we have level 6 or phase 6, which is agile business structure. So agility, yeah. So it is obviously clear that I don't need to mention too many examples from the past why agility is so important to innovate the business processes. So and this is maybe also some critique I have on this model, because there's some contradiction in it. But maybe the contradiction is just there. So in reality also, if you over-optimize and over-automate, yeah, how can you innovate the processes? So we had an interesting discussion among process managers and process experts recently, some weeks ago. I think it was from Gesellschaft of Organization, Society of Organization, Germany and Switzerland. And we had this discussion. We had this discussion about process innovation versus process stability. Because if you obviously innovate processes, they are maybe not so stable. And then you have a certain amount of chaos again, at least in the beginning of the transformation phase. Yeah? On the other hand, if you don't innovate, yeah, the external events that you global geopolitical events, yeah, you cannot influence them. Yeah? You can only react to them. So if you don't adapt with new businesses, new products, and new services through an agile business structure, yeah, you have also a problem. And you want to find the right balance between this stability, optimization, and agility and innovation. But you need a certain amount of organization and stability in process management before you can become agile. Because agile, or as I like to say, adaptability, because that is our company name, Adaptive Processes, ADAPRO. Yeah? Adaptability is not chaos. It is orderly transition from one state to the next in an innovative way. So that is what adaptation means, in my opinion. Yeah, so that was interesting to consider this chart, and even it might cause some scratching of the head. Yeah, so how far are we on that curve? Yeah, in our company and the companies I know. This, I think, is interesting to consider, and it's also interesting to consider in conjunction with this landscape maturity, because this landscape maturity talks about IT systems. This one talks about processes, and somehow they are interrelated, but somehow they are something different. So how do we bring them together? Yeah, and we'll talk about this question tomorrow. How do we bring these two together process management and landscape maturity. So process maturity and landscape maturity, how do we bring them together and reconcile them? This is about tomorrow, 8 o'clock. But before we come to that, let us do a poll. So now you can join if you don't have joined yet. Join us on menti.com. Use code 56879924 and tell us your opinion. The question is process maturity of most companies you know about. Yeah, are they in level 1, acknowledge operational inefficiencies? Are they level 2, process aware? Are they on level 3, intra-process automation and control? Are they on level 4, inter-process automation and control? Are they on level 5, enterprise valuation and control? Or are they on level 6, agile business structure? So first answers are coming in. Let me start a timer so that we know how much time we have. I'll give you 1 minute maybe. By the way, you can even choose multiple. You can, if you are not sure, if you think some are on level 2 and some are on level 4, maybe. You can even select two of these if you want. So 11 seconds until voting closes. Okay, so thank you very much for the feedback. So the answer is process aware is the most with 3. Acknowledge operational inefficiencies is number 2, and intra-process automation and control is also 2. So that is quite in line with our observation we did on that on that chart. Generally where we are today, 2008, and now we have 2023. Okay, obviously we cannot say this now what we did is a representative scientific questionnaire, but at least it is in line what was written. So how come there is so little progress in these years, in this 15 years? 15 years! Think about it. And if we reconsider this, it is obvious that these higher levels of 3, 4, 5, even 6, we cannot reach without the proper technology. We cannot reach level 3, 4, and 5, and 6 without the proper technology. So we need the right technology and methods. We need right methods and tools in process modeling and analysis. And we need the right operational systems who can provide the key figures we need to measure even and to optimize. And for this we need the right systems and technology. Obviously, without that, we cannot jump ahead of the curve or work our way ahead of the curves into 3, 4, and 5. But there are some who did it. So that's about tomorrow. And how do we reconcile this question of landscape maturity and business process maturity together and consider the right technology that we can use for that. So that will be tomorrow, 8 o'clock, reconciling process and landscape maturity. So thank you for joining. And yeah, let me wave and have a great day. And happy if we meet tomorrow again. Bye.